Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Naresh Mago and with me is Manoj Singh Rana with the evening news. Headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserts success of Vocal for Local and Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan depends on the youth. Nation hails accomplishments of daughters on National Girl Child Day. Home Minister Amit Shah says Assam embarked on journey of peace and development under Narendra Modi government. Over 15 lakh people administered COVID-19 vaccines in country so far. National recovery rate reaches 96.83%. And curtains come down on 51st International Film Festival of India at Panaji in Goa. Danish movie Into the Darkness wins Golden Peacock Award. As the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic, we begin with a message of precaution to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, and focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said success of Vocal for Local and Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan depends on the youth of the country. The Prime Minister was speaking after interacting with the National Cadet Corps and National Service Scheme cadets and tableau artists at his residence who will participate at the Republic Day Parade. Mr. Modi said the Vocal for Local initiative aims to respect and encourage the things that are being built around the locality of the common people. The Prime Minister said that the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat Abhiyan will give strength to the Local for Vocal movement.
जो अपने घर के आसपास चीजें बन रही हैं, स्थानीय स्तर पर बन रही हैं, उस पर मान करना, उसका गर्व करना, उसे प्रोत्साहित करना, यही है वोकल फॉर लोकल। लेकिन ये वोकल फॉर लोकल की भावना तब और मजबूत होगी जब इसे एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत की भावना से शक्ति मिलेगी। ये वोकल फॉर लोकल, ये आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान, इनकी सफलता आप जैसे नौजवानों पर टिकी हुई है।
Mr. Modi appealed to the youngsters from all parts of the country to work for raising awareness of each other's customs, cuisine, languages and art. The Prime Minister said, India is an embodiment of collective strength of aspirations of its countrymen. He said India means many states, one nation, many communities, one emotion, many paths, one goal, many customs, one value, many languages, one expression, and many colors, one tricolour. And this common destination is Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat.
भारत यानी कोटि कोटि सामान्य जन के खून पसीने, आकांक्षाओं और अपेक्षाओं की सामूहिक शक्ति। राज्य अनेक, राष्ट्र एक, समाज अनेक, भाव एक, पंथ अनेक, लक्ष्य एक, रिवाज अनेक, मूल्य एक। भारत यानी भाषाएं अनेक, अभिव्यक्ति एक।
The Prime Minister stressed the need for the right skill set in the youth of the country. Stressing on the importance of skill, Mr. Modi said in 2014 a separate ministry was formed for skill development, and so far about 5.5 crore youth have been imparted different skills and helped with self-employment and employment. Mr. Modi said India will not be self-reliant just by saying so. He said it will be achieved by the actions of the youth, and they can do it in a better way when they have the necessary skill set. He said the skill focus is evident in the new national education policy, where application of knowledge is stressed upon. He said that flexibility in choosing a subject of one's choice is a key aspect of the policy. The Prime Minister said the policy marks the first serious effort to bring vocation education into the mainstream of education. He said from class 6 onwards, students will have the option of selecting a course in line with their interests and local needs in business. Later also, at the middle level, integration of academic and vocational subjects is proposed. The Prime Minister said, we did not get an opportunity to sacrifice our everything for the independence of the country, but the country has definitely given us the opportunity to give our best. He said we should keep doing what we can to make the country stronger.
हमें देश की आजादी के लिए अपना सर्वस्व न्यौछावर करने का अवसर नहीं मिला, क्योंकि हम में से अधिकतम लोग आजादी के बाद पैदा हुए हैं। लेकिन हमें देश ने अपना सर्वश्रेष्ठ अर्पित करने का अवसर जरूर दिया है। हम जो भी देश के लिए अच्छा कर सकते हैं, भारत को मजबूत बनाने के लिए कर सकते हैं, तो हमें करते ही रहना चाहिए।
The Prime Minister said the Republic Day Parade is a tribute to India's great socio-cultural heritage as well as the strategic strength. The Prime Minister said the parade bows to the Constitution that gives life to the world's biggest democracy. Mr. Modi said when they take part in the parade on the Rajpath with zeal, every countryman is filled with enthusiasm and energy. He said their display of the country's rich diversity fills everyone with pride.
राजपथ पर जब आप जोश के साथ कदम ताल करते हैं तो हर देशवासी जोश से भर जाता है। जब आप भारत की समृद्ध कला, संस्कृति, परंपरा और विरासत की झांकी दिखाते हैं तो हर देशवासी का माथा गौरव से और ऊंचा जाता है।
The Prime Minister urged the youth to come forward to help the country in its COVID-19 vaccination drive. The Prime Minister said they have to provide the right information to the poor and the general public and defeat every system spreading misinformation and rumors on vaccines. Mr. Modi pointed out that this year India is entering the 75th year of its independence, and this year we celebrate the 400th Prakash Parv of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. Also this year marks the 125th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, which has been declared as Parakram Divas. He said these events inspire us to rededicate ourselves to the cause of our country.
आजादी के 75 वर्ष, गुरु तेग बहादुर जी का जीवन, नेताजी का शौर्य, उनका हौसला, ये सब कुछ हम सभी के लिए बहुत बड़ी प्रेरणा है।
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Tribal Affairs Minister Arjun Munda, Youth Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju and Minister of State for Tribal Affairs Renuka Singh Saruta were present on the occasion.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar awardees tomorrow through video conferencing. Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Zubin Irani will also be present on the occasion. The government has been conferring the Bal Shakti Puraskar under Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar to the children with exceptional abilities and outstanding achievement in the fields of innovation, scholastic achievement, sports, arts and culture, social service and bravery. This year, 32 applicants from across the country under different categories have been selected for Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar 2021. 7 awards have been given in the field of art and culture, 9 in the field of innovation and 5 for scholastic achievements. 7 children have won in sports category, 3 children have been felicitated for bravery and 1 child has been honoured for her efforts in the field of social service. While commending the young achievers, President Ramnath Kovind has stated in a message that he is hopeful that Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar 2021 would not only motivate the winners but will also encourage millions of other young children to dream, aspire and stretch their limits. He said, "Let us all do our personal best to take our nation to new zeniths of success and prosperity." President Ramnath Kovind will address the nation on the eve of the 72nd Republic Day tomorrow. The address will be broadcast from 7 p.m. on the entire national network of All India Radio and telecast over all channels of Doordarshan in Hindi, followed by the English version. The broadcast of the address in Hindi and English on Doordarshan will be followed by broadcasts in regional languages by regional channels of Doordarshan. All India Radio will broadcast regional language versions from 9:30 p.m. onwards on its respective regional networks. The nation today hailed accomplishments of daughters of India on the National Girl Child Day. The day is celebrated every year on the 24th of January. It is an initiative of the Ministry of Women and Child Development. The objective behind the day is to provide all support and opportunities to the girls of the country. On the occasion, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today saluted daughters of the country and their accomplishments in various fields. In a series of tweets, the Prime Minister said the central government has undertaken many initiatives that focus on empowering the girl child, including access to education, better healthcare, and improving gender sensitivity. He said it is also a day to especially appreciate all those working towards empowering the girl child and ensuring she leads a life of dignity and opportunity. In January 2015, the Narendra Modi government had launched the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao BBBP scheme with an objective to address the issue of declining child sex ratio. The BBBP scheme has been aiming at changing the mindset of the public to acknowledge the rights of the girl child. While launching the initiative then, Mr. Modi had said that there is an urgent need to reduce the increasing imbalance amongst the girl and boy child for the betterment of the society.
आज भी हमारे देश में 1000 बालक पैदा हो तो उसके सामने 1000 बालिकाएं भी पैदा होनी चाहिए, वरना संसार चक्र नहीं चल सकता। आज पूरे देश में ये चिंता का विषय। मैं जरा माताओं से पूछ रहा हूँ, अगर बेटी पैदा नहीं होगी तो बहू कहाँ से लाओगे? और इसलिए जो हम चाहते हैं वो समाज भी तो चाहता है। हम ये तो चाहते हैं कि बहू तो हमें पढ़ी लिखी मिले, लेकिन बेटी को पढ़ाना है तो 50 बार सोचने के लिए मजबूर हो जाते हैं।
Seeing the good progress and improving trend of sex ratio at birth in 161 implementing districts, the Prime Minister launched the All India expansion of the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, covering all 640 districts in 2018. On the occasion, Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Zubin reiterated government's commitment towards ensuring equal rights for every girl child and empowering them with opportunities. She appealed to the people to take pride in their daughters and spread awareness about the importance of girl child using the hashtag Desh Ki Beti. Various ministries of the Government of India, like Ministries of Education, Sports, Skill Development and the Department of Science and Technology, have undertaken various initiatives and programs for progress and empowerment of the girls.
The Ministry of Education has initiated the Samagra Shiksha program, which is an integrated scheme for school education. Under various interventions have been targeted for girls' education. In addition to this, Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas have been sanctioned in the educationally backward blocks in the country to reduce gender gaps at all levels of school education and provide quality education to girls from the disadvantaged groups. The centre has also aided vocationalization of secondary education, which provides for choice of courses for the girl students in a manner that discourages gender stereotyping. On the occasion of National Girls Child Day, our correspondent takes a look at the several initiatives taken by the central government.
Mahatma Gandhi said that if you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate an entire family. Girls' education goes beyond getting them into schools. It is also about ensuring that they learn and feel safe while being there, have the opportunity to complete all levels of education, acquiring the knowledge and skills to compete in the job market and society. The social campaign Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, actively persuaded by Prime Minister Narendra Modi since he assumed office, aims at bringing holistic changes addressing the impediments in educating girl child. Under Samagra Shiksha, over 5,700 Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas have been sanctioned in the country with enrollment of over 6 lakh girls. Various other interventions pushed by the centre, including opening of schools in the neighbourhood, provision of gender-segregated toilets in schools, provision for self-defense training for the girls, and free textbooks to girls up to class 8 have started bearing positive results. Even in the historic reforms brought about by the National Education Policy of 2020, a proposal to constitute a Gender Inclusion Fund targeting the development of girl child has been made. The fund will focus on ensuring 100% enrollment of girls in schooling and will boost their participation rate in higher education. Anand Chaturvedi, AIR News, Delhi.
On the National Girl Child Day, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has urged parents to give every opportunity to nurture the talent of daughters, encourage them, empower them through education, and instill the tradition of ending discrimination against them at the family level itself. In his message, Home Minister Amit Shah said, the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao initiative launched by the central government has led to an increase in enrollment of girls in schools and unprecedented improvement in the sex ratio. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh extended his greetings to all daughters of the country on the occasion. In a series of tweets, Mr. Singh said, Daughters are the pride of family, society and country.
In Rajasthan, a new scheme has been initiated in Sirohi district to make people aware about importance of nourishment of pregnant women and children. The scheme, called Ek Paudha Suposhit Beti Ke Naam, or a plant on the name of a well-nourished daughter, has been started under Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme of the Union government. Here is a report from our Jaipur correspondent.
Under the scheme, on the birth of a girl child, a drumstick plant is being distributed by district administration. This nutritional plant is taken care of by family members of girl child. Sirohi district collector Bhagwati Prasad told that this initiative motivates families to accept the birth of girl child as pride. At the same time, it is also intended to make people aware about healthy food habits and environment protection. On this occasion, a certificate is also given to the family from the district collector. The district collector told that nutrition garden will be developed at the block and panchayat level under the scheme. Community level program will also be organized soon under the scheme. With Saket Koel, this is Jitendra Dwivedi from Jaipur.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserts success of Vocal for Local and Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan depends on the youth. Nation hails accomplishments of daughters on National Girl Child Day. Home Minister Amit Shah says Assam embarked on a journey of peace and development under Narendra Modi government. Over 16 lakh people administered COVID-19 vaccines in country so far. National recovery rate reaches 96.83%. Curtains come down on 51st International Film Festival of India at Panaji in Goa. Danish movie Into the Darkness wins Golden Peacock Award. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
All India Radio presents World News. News and views from across the globe. What happened and what is up next? The newsmakers and the highlights of the day. From 10:30 to 11 p.m. every night on 100.1 FM All India Radio.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Union Home Minister and senior BJP leader Amit Shah has said that Assam embarked on the journey of peace and development under the Narendra Modi government. Mr. Shah was addressing a party rally at Nolbari in Assam today.
आसाम और आसाम की जनता अब विकास के रास्ते पर आगे चल चुकी है. 5 साल में मोदी जी ने बोडोलैंड की समस्या को समाप्त किया, ब्रू रियांग समझौता किया, 800 से ज्यादा लोग अलग अलग 8 ग्रुपों के हमारे मुख्यमंत्री हेमंत विश्व शर्मा के नेतृत्व में हथियार डालकर मुख्य धारा में समाहित हो गए.
The Home Minister said only a BJP government can prevent infiltration in the state. He said that the Narendra Modi government has the courage to take stern steps against infiltration. Mr. Shah alleged that the Congress and All India United Democratic Front alliance would open the road for infiltrators if they come to power. Mr. Shah said that the BJP government took a series of welfare measures for the T tribe and assured that more works would be done for them in the coming days, including raising of daily wages. Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal affirmed that the BJP would form a government in the state again. He said that the BJP government has dedicatedly worked for the betterment of the people of Assam. Earlier in the day, the Union Home Minister addressed the opening ceremony of the first BTR, that's Bodoland Territorial Region Accords Day celebration at Kokrajhar. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Shah said a slew of measures have been taken for the development of Bodoland Territorial Region as promised earlier. He said that 500 crore rupees have been sanctioned for the road development in BTR. The Home Minister assured that the Bodo language and culture and political rights of Bodo people will be preserved.
India and China are across the table for the 9th time today to focus and work out the disengagement in the eastern Ladakh region. Talks between the military commanders of India and China began this morning at Moldo border outposts on the Chinese side. Sources said that India would focus and insist China to implement the 5-point agreement decided between External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi at a meeting in Moscow in September last year on the sidelines of a Shanghai Cooperation Organization conclave. On the other hand, the Indian Army is well prepared even in the freezing temperatures on the line of actual control in the eastern Ladakh region. With frequent and morale-boosting visits of senior officials like Army Chief General M.M. Narvane and Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat, the armed forces are highly motivated. More than 31,000 healthcare workers have been vaccinated in 5 states on the 9th day of the massive countrywide COVID-19 vaccination program. 693 sessions were held today. The Health Ministry said the cumulative number of healthcare workers vaccinated against COVID-19 has crossed 16 lakh today through 28,613 sessions. It said only 10 adverse events following immunization AEFIs have been reported till 7:30 p.m. on the 9th day of the vaccination drive. Meanwhile, the country's COVID-19 recovery rate reached 96.83%, with a total recovery of more than 15,000 patients in the last 24 hours. The ministry said that more than 1 crore 3 lakh patients have already recovered from this disease. COVID-19 active cases are on a declining trajectory in the country. Presently, the total number of active cases in the country is 1,84,408, which comprises only 1.73% of the total positive cases. A total number of 14,849 new cases have been reported in the country in the past 24 hours, taking the cumulative positive cases to over 1 crore 6 lakh. The Health Ministry said 155 deaths have been reported during the last 24 hours, taking the toll to 1,53,339 across the country.
The Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying has said that so far outbreaks of avian influenza or bird flu have been confirmed in 9 states for poultry birds. These states are Kerala, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh and Punjab. He said in 12 states the avian influenza has been found in crows, migratory and wild birds. The states include Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Himachal Pradesh, Gujarat, Delhi and Jammu and Kashmir. The ministry said avian influenza has been confirmed in poultry samples from Savargarh and Ujona Darwa of Yavatmal district of Maharashtra. Further, it has also been confirmed in crow samples from Jamia Hamdard University, New Delhi. He said control and containment operations are going on in the rest of the affected epicenters of Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat and Uttarakhand. The ministry also said compensation is paid to farmers whose poultry birds, eggs and poultry feed are culled or disposed of by the state as per the action plan. The ministry said all the states are reporting to the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying on a daily basis regarding the control measures adopted by the states and union territories based on the revised action plan for prevention, control and containment of avian influenza 2021. The National Voters' Day (NVD) will be celebrated tomorrow across the country to encourage, facilitate and maximize enrollment, especially for the new voters. The day is celebrated on the 25th of January every year since 2011 all across the country to mark the Foundation Day of Election Commission of India (ECI). President Ramnath Kovind will be the chief guest at the national function being organized in New Delhi. The theme for this year is Making Our Voters Empowered, Vigilant, Safe and Informed. It also focuses on the Commission's commitment towards conducting elections safely during the COVID-19 pandemic. During the event, the President will confer the national awards for the year 2020-21 and launch ECI's web radio, Hello Voters.
The Delhi Police today gave its conditional approval for the Farmers' Tractor Rally to be held on the Republic Day. However, the Delhi Police said unions should ensure peaceful rally. Speaking to reporters, Special Commissioner of Police Dipendra Pathak said tractor rally has been allowed on 3 routes, Tikri, Ghazipur and Singhu borders. He said barricades will be lifted on these 3 points. Mr. Pathak said the tractor rally has been allowed to take place only after the Republic Day parade gets over. Curtains came down on the 51st edition of the International Film Festival of India IFFIs this evening with a closing ceremony held at Shyama Prasad Stadium near Panaji in Goa. Into the Darkness, a film from Denmark, won the prestigious Golden Peacock Award this year. Indian Personality of the Year award was given to the veteran actor Bishpujit Chatterjee. He expressed gratitude to the Government of India for conferring him with the prestigious award. Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change Babul Supriyo said that cinema shapes our emotions and renders a different dimension to view life, adding that India produces the largest number of movies in the world. More from our Panaji correspondent.
Chief guest, renowned actress Jinat Aman said that the cinemas have the entertaining and educating values by its unique and charming narratives. Governor of Goa Bhagat Singh Koshari opined that the cinema and all other art emanate primarily from the heart. Chief Minister of Goa Dr. Pramod Sawant expressed satisfaction for the great success of IFFI despite having difficulties due to the pandemic. Goa government has decided to lay thrust on the ecotourism, he added. Secretary Information and Broadcasting Ministry Amit Khare said that this IFFI signified this time dream of human spirit over the pandemic. It has proved India's special ability to conduct such an event on hybrid mode, he added. With the Mukesh Thali, Tushar Jadhav for AR News from Panaji, Goa.
In China, 11 of the 22 miners trapped for 2 weeks in a gold mine in eastern Shandong province have been rescued, as reported by the state media today. 22 miners got trapped about 600 meters underground in a mine blast on the 10th of this month in Chixia under the city of Yangtai in Shandong province with no communication. One worker died from a head wound following the explosion that deposited massive amounts of rubble in the shaft. The fate of 10 others who were underground at the time is unknown. A report from our Beijing correspondent.
After 2 weeks, rescuers made huge breakthrough today. Just days before, they had estimated that it might take another 2 weeks to free the workers. Around a week after the explosion, rescue workers managed to send food, medicine and other supplies down to the trapped miners through several boreholes drilled into the earth, but drilling to bring them out was extremely tough. Such protracted and expensive rescue efforts are relatively new in China's mining industry, which used to average 5,000 deaths per year. In an industry long blighted by disasters and high death tolls, a new crackdown was ordered after 2 incidents in southwestern Chongqing province late last year killed 39 miners. Increased supervision has improved safety, although demand for coal and precious metals continues to prompt corner cutting. Anshuman Mishra, All India Radio, Beijing.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for the country for tomorrow. The national capital is likely to have dense fog. The temperature will hover between 6 and 17 degrees Celsius. In Mumbai, the minimum temperature will be around 15, while the maximum is expected to be around 29 degrees. In Chennai, the temperature will vary between 22 and 30 degrees. Srinagar will have a partly cloudy sky. The temperature will hover between -3 and 6 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have a mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature will be around 6, while the maximum around 17 degrees Celsius. Leh will have a partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature will be around -13, while the maximum will be around 1 degree Celsius. Gilgit will have a partly cloudy sky. The temperature will hover between -6 and 11 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will have a clear sky. The temperature will hover between 3 and 14 degrees Celsius. Dehradun will observe minimum temperature of around 5 and a maximum of 22 degrees. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserts success of Vocal for Local and Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan depends on the youth. Nation hails accomplishments of daughters on National Girl Child Day. Home Minister Amit Shah says Assam embarked on a journey of peace and development under Narendra Modi government. Over 16 lakh people administered COVID-19 vaccines in country so far. National recovery rate reaches 96.83%. And curtains come down on 51st International Film Festival of India at Panaji in Goa. Danish movie Into the Darkness wins Golden Peacock Award. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.